An artist known for his flow and unique wordplay, Lewisham's finest. We've got BBC's The Rap Game UK Season 5 winner.
That's right.
Winner. There's only one of them. Ella Luce, pleasure to be speaking with you today.
Come on, man. Pleasure to be here, man. Feeling blessed, feeling good.
I'm so happy to be speaking with you because watching The Rap Game UK live and following you along your journey, coming in as a bombshell right in the middle of that season, the confidence, the energy that you brought, you were coming in there twin. Matter of fact, I've got a quote from you, and that was the first thing that you said when you came into the competition was, I go by the name Ella Luce, here to win the Rap Game UK.
Looks like I'm sending somebody back to their house or sending somebody home, something like that, yeah.
Looks like I'm sending somebody home. That confidence is unparalleled. You literally manifested that.
Yeah.
You knew exactly what you came in there to do. Now knowing what you know and knowing that you were actually going to do what you said you were going to do, would your approach of coming in changed a little bit? Would you have come in a little bit more lighter, a bit more like, yeah, I feel confident, but maybe not coming as strong?
Definitely not. I think my approach would have been exactly the same, like, just in the sense that, like, I meant what I said, like, I was there to send somebody home, like, you know what I mean? And it was going to happen. Like, let's think about it this way, like, in order for me to not send somebody home, I would have had to be the worst one there.
Yeah, that's true.
And that wasn't happening, you know, that was there. So, but off that alone, that caused a bit of problems, but I just see it as backing myself. I always see it like that.
It's true. And where does this confidence come from? Where does it stem from?
I think just being good at my craft, knowing what I'm doing, I ain't gonna lie. I think that's where it comes from, like, I've worked hard to be like the artist I am, so I know I'm good. Do you get what I mean? Like, so when I come into a setting like that, I am confident that, like, I'm gonna outshine a few brothers and people are gonna be surprised when they hear me rap and they're gonna have to take a step back and be like, whoa. So of course I'm confident. Like, I've gotten that response when I rap. That's how I know. Like, you know, the ones there, it don't come from nowhere. So, so naturally, you know, you kind of feel the shoes.
Yeah, and speaking about being confident when you rap, it was very clear in the clash that, like, from that clash, I swear to God, you are my winner. I saw that clash, I watched it with my dad. We literally paused, rewind. I was like, this is crazy. Because at the start, everyone was saying, oh, it's going to be 65 against Ella Luce, 2-man against 1. How's this going to play out? And then the nerve for them to go onto your PlayStation to look at your real government name.
The PlayStation I brought into the yard, you know, that everyone was the communal one. Cheeky, no. But it's part of the game. If anything, I respect the tactic. I respect the tactic. No, I do. I ain't going to lie. Like, you lot did what you had to do. It didn't benefit for them in the end. But I respect the tactic. Like, you got to get yours by any means. And that was smart thinking.
They done what they had to do at the end of the day. Obviously, the articulation when it actually came to the time wasn't as best as it could have been. You obviously very much won that clash. They talked about how you were in cadets and how you got a uni degree. I'd love to touch on that as well, aside from how incredible you are at rapping and how successful that career is going. What did you study at uni? Because I didn't go myself, and I don't know why that brought that up in the clash, like it was gonna do some justice. Because if anything, I don't know what world we're living in, but having a uni degree,
to be honest, like when they brought it up in the clash, I was like, yeah, now people are gonna know man ain't just more than a rapper. I got the education too. Like I'm smart. yeah, facts. No, I did psychology. I did 3 years at Leicester. I did psychology at Leicester.
Dangerous.
So already do you know the ones there? I'm equipped for the mind games.
So mentally, you're already tuned in. You're
mad.
tapped in, tuned in, turned on.
Yeah.
Damn. What did you learn in uni that has helped you now as a rapper?
Nothing. Nothing. No, I'll keep it G in it. Like, uni was a fun experience. Like, you know, the ones there. And obviously, I learned stuff, but not stuff to equate into my rapping. Like, I'm going to keep it G. But it was a nice experience now, for sure.
Oh, fairs. Okay, and what was the environment like going into the penthouse? Like, was it a hostile environment? Because in the edits, literally back to back after you came on, they were saying, oh, you better back his chat. I don't know why he's coming on here on big man energy.
You see, sometimes, like, when there's a show and sometimes you think, like, is it really as hot as, like, they're making it look? At the time, it was. Yeah. Of course, things are blessed and we got to squish it. But at the time, like, when you're seeing everything kick off, it's really, really that hot. Like, you know the ones there. You know when they took me downstairs to go do my little interview when I was talking downstairs in the penthouse after I had the little passer with Dahlia. Afterwards, they asked me, like, do I want to go back upstairs and squash stuff? Cause, like, if I go into the penthouse, like, I'm going to have to live with these people. I was like, no, I ain't got nothing to say. Like, judgment day will come in. If I come into the penthouse and I'm not chatting to no one, like, that was my mindset at the time, innit? Proper. They were like, are you sure? They were probably like, you know, like, these are people you're going to live with. Like, no. I was like, no, I ain't got nothing to say to them lot. And I went back to my hotel, literally.
Oh my
God. It was crazy.
Gosh,
yeah. So it was hostile.
But then eventually after going to your hotel, then you eventually had to move into the penthouse.
Yeah, after I did the the first challenge.
Yeah, after you were donating your PlayStation,
you know the ones there.
For everyone to play. Was that your gift of kind of like, listen, this is the piece, guys?
I'll be honest, I didn't have a TV in my room. I'll keep it a G. In the penthouse situation, Reeps and T-Roads had a TV in their room. I think even one of the other brothers did. Me and Benny didn't have a TV in our room. So naturally, I had to set up the PlayStation in the communal area. So since I did that, I was like, cool, like you lot, like feel free to use it as you wish, like, you know what I mean? But you know the ones there.
That's so kind of you.
Yeah.
Honestly, if I was, well, maybe I'm not going to manifest that for myself, but in your position, I can very well imagine coming up, setting my PlayStation, playing my game, taking my PlayStation, and going back to the room. Okay, Fez. And who was your favorite person there as a musician, as an artist, and also as just an individual? Is there anyone that you really clicked and got along with, or was it very much colleague, let's get to work?
Nah, man, I think I was cool with everyone. I mean, after like maybe like a week or so, things calmed down, we got to know each other. But I'd say I'm probably closest with Reeps. Like, that's my guy, do you know what I mean? Like, obviously being from London, similar upbringing, both like from like an African background and stuff like that. So we clicked naturally like anywhere, and he's a proper funny guy. Like, we even still talk and stuff like that now. So,
oh, really?
So no, yeah, that's my guy, man. We even got 1 or 2 things in the locker due, you know?
I was about to say, what's going on? You working?
We got 1 or 2 things in the locker, me and Reeps, man, something on the way.
Right.
That's all I say at the moment.
Okay, cool. I'm not gonna push it. And your freestyle that you done with Kenny Allstar. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. That was deep. Just thinking about it now, that was deep. Like, me and my dad were watching that. We watched the whole series together, me and my dad, and that hurt. Like, that was heavy. I can imagine what that must have taken to write, you know, and to put on paper. So first things first, I'm very proud of you. That was exceptional. Second of all, what's your creative process when writing your bars?
Do you know what? Yeah, when I'm writing my bars, it's a bit crazy. Like, stuff, sometimes it's very easy and stuff comes to me and I'll flow, and then like the rest of it I'll struggle. Like, so even like for that Kenny bit, like pretty much most of it up until like the Kenny Wheeler, I wrote that all in like one sitting, like at a hospital appointment. I remember I had a doctor's appointment and I was literally in the waiting room and I wrote that, but I was just in like a mad mindset space when I did that. Like, I was locked in, I can't explain it. And I wrote all of that, and then I got stuck, and it probably took me like a couple weeks or even more to like even continue writing from then. Cause like we had the whole summer to prep. So I got most of it out early, but I just didn't know how to, so it's mad. So sometimes I got to step away, come back, but sometimes it just flows naturally, like, you know what I mean?
So how long did you actually have to write this then? You said the whole summer.
We had a couple months still, yeah. So we wrapped up shooting in June, and then we filmed the freestyle we had to submit our lyrics by August, actually, to be fair. We filmed it in September, but we had to have it all done by August to submit lyrics and get them all processed and that. So yeah, like 2 months.
Wow, that's actually a healthy amount of time.
But obviously, making the beat from scratch, coming up with your whole concept, that whole sort of thing. So yeah, that comes into play.
And were you working with your own producers that you were familiar with, or did they assign that?
I wanted to make the beat myself originally, you know, and I was gonna do it. And I even finished making the beat that I was gonna use, but there was a sampling issue that I couldn't do. And obviously, I've never produced before, so that was even something I took upon myself. I ain't gonna lie, when I went into the penthouse, like the other artists, I'll give them credit, they're on their stuff in terms of like, they're not just rappers. You know the ones there? They're producers, they're engineers, all of them. They're producers, they're engineers, all that sort of stuff. They're instrumentalists, and like, I don't even have a Mac. You get me? No, so literally, as soon as I got back to London, first thing I did, I got a whole bunch of equipment, and like, I just started learning how to produce. Within like 2 weeks, I had a whole setup in my room.
What?
And I just started, I was determined, yeah. And I just started learning, got there with a beat, but then obviously I couldn't use it in the end, and then we drafted in Michelin Shin, who did it in the end.
Okay.
And that was a very quick process for him to turn that around, but he did sick on that. But originally I was working on it.
So moving forward now, are you producing your own beats?
Trying to. It's a process. Like, I ain't gonna lie. Like, do you know what it is? My production, like, I've got a mad, like, I just want my stuff to be to a mad high standard.
And it will be.
I'm not sure if I can do that on the production side just yet, but I'm working on it.
It's coming soon.
For sure. Nah.
And what kind of style do you think, as a producer, would you like to take when creating your beats? Like, what is the most important thing to you? Like, you mentioned about having like a sensitive ear to these kind of things and just wanting to sound perfect. Like, what is your definition of perfect? Like, what kind of feeling do you want to feel when making these beats? What do you want to feel?
I think not so much about like what I want to feel, but just kind of like how I want to come off with them. Because like, obviously it's different. Some producers will make beats in mind for like other people. But obviously when I'm making beats, it's always in mind of like, what do I like? You know what I mean? So it'll be stuff that kind of like suits my style. I like the sort of like lo-fi drill. I like a lot of instruments, jazz instruments in there, pockets where I can get a bit creative and stuff like that. Like that sort of thing. That's my main sort of
Yeah, you
sort
love
of
a
vibe.
jazz instrumental because all of your older songs before you came onto the rap game, they were very melodic, very jazz heavy. Like I really love that, and I heard a saxophone in one of your tunes, and I was like,
yeah, and I think it was probably Shigo.
Shigo, and I was like, this is a bit of me. I love the
for real.
saxophone. What's your favorite instrument?
I feel like you start. You know what it is? I don't want to say saxophone because you said saxophone, but that's up there. Like when I'm rapping, like anytime a beat's got a good saxophone, like sample or a little something in there, I always love it. Like, but I don't want to steal that one. I don't even know now. But I'm gonna have to say it. I'm gonna have to say it. Probably the saxophone as well. Still.
Okay, cool. And your new song, Gotten, what a tune! You've been working hard since the Rap Game UK.
Yeah.
You've got a new tune. You've got visuals for that tune, which absolutely bang. We're gonna touch on that as well. And your director Waldo as well. His editing skills, fantastic. Absolutely love the work that you've done on that. You're really in this like flow of inspiration, I can tell, because you've got a new song coming up as well. Very excited to hear it. But let's talk about Gotten. The video in itself is exceptional, and in my opinion, it's the best video that you've released so far. Would you agree with that statement? And also, what was your vision for this video?
Yeah, obviously with Goten, like we just wanted to flip in, just do something like a bit of a statement to let people know that I'm here. Like we're warming up. Like it wasn't really a long track. I think about 2 minutes or so. But we wanted to kind of obviously focus more on the visual elements and let people know that like we're really here, like trying to make something happen. And that was the sort of premise. But Goten was a mad one. I think we knew what we kind of wanted to go with there. Sort of like make it sort of centered around the ends as well. So a lot of the shoots, most of the clips are in Lewisham, Catford, if not all of them actually. Am I bugging? Yeah, most of them in that sort of area and like just making it look like something a bit different. Like that's why it was sick.
Was that guy in a wheelchair? Was he part of this production?
that was just some random B-roll. I think that Warco got in. Yeah.
That looked so planned. That's so funny to hear that.
Nah, and it did look coordinated. It's like he was ready to be there. No.
Yeah,
it was sick.
That was a perfect angle and everything. And the visual side of things, I can tell how much energy and love has been put into that. Is that something moving forward you really want to prioritize as an artist, the visuals that you're putting out there for your videos?
Yeah, man. I think they're important. Like obviously, not everything I'm gonna do is gonna be like a mass production car. You know what I mean? That's how you end up getting carried away. But clean. You know what I mean? Like I want people to know that like it's a package. You know what I'm trying to say? Like of course, like I'm an artist, I rap, I do all them sort of things. But like I'm a full package type of vibe. You know the ones there, and I think your visuals are important.
I agree. And the artwork for Goten is like an anime character, if I'm correct.
Yeah.
Is that what you're interested? Do you like anime?
No, that was just the punchline of the song. So obviously Goten is the anime character, so that's the whole reference to the track. So when I said the punchline got a nice thing and she's mixed, don't know what the other half saying, like Goten's a half saying. So that was the punchline of the song. So and you know what's mad? I'm not even like people are gonna show. I'm not even mad into anime like that. I ain't gonna lie. But like when the bars hit me, like just came up with it, and I was like, yeah, that's cool. Like, I'll put that in there, and like people will love it. Like and it hit. So
yeah, it works.
Nah, it's dope.
And the part where there was that phone covering your mouth and it was like referencing the rap game.
Yeah.
That was sick.
No,
Whose idea was that?
That was Warco. That was Warco, the director.
Warco, it was.
Another good friend and colleague of mine. He's been chopping it up sick. So when he even came to me with that idea, I remember I lost my mind. Like he was like, yeah, he showed me like a sort of example and he was like, yeah, but we're gonna do it with a phone and it's gonna be like this. And I was like, you're taking the piss.
Yeah.
Like, you're moving crazy. This is sick. I got excited. I probably even screamed. I was like, bro, yes. Like, and so I'm happy you got that reference because obviously that was the rap game reference. Like when they do the close mouth shot.
What is going on with the rap game and with those close shots though? It's so strange.
Like it is a bit odd, you know. Do you know before that it's always funny, like the day before the flipping the mouth shots, everyone's doing brush 3 times a day, extra mouthwash. I'm telling you, bro, floss. Like it was peak. Even the close mouth shots, I'm like, is the mustache will shape nice? I'm there with the, little things that I swear down. It was pressure.
After they shot that, did you ask the cameraman if you could
we watched them. We watched them back. I watched them back. I was like, brother, like make sure that my thing's looking, you know what I mean? Make sure the color grade is pearly. Nah, for real.
The color grade is pearly. I love that. That's very, very funny.
No, for sure.
Okay, and your time at the rap game, obviously you had an incredible one and winning it at the very end. You're obviously smiling, very emotional. What was that feeling like? Like, how would you describe that feeling to somebody who is, signing up for the rap game, that is trying to fill your shoes for the next season? What is that feeling like?
Do you know what? Yeah, for me, my feeling, it was a bit interesting. Like, obviously, I was happy and like, and I had, you know, proud. It was something that I came up to set to do, and like, I've always been a fan of the rap game. Like, so coming on the rap game was mad. I'd watched all the seasons prior, and I always like, when I come on the rap game, it's a long day. Why don't these not get me on the rap game? Like, you know. So it was a sense of pride that like I'd done that thing that I set out to do, but like. I'm just too like, if anything, I was just thinking, all right, cool, like now what's next? Like I've got to make sure I'm doing this. Like the rap game's cool, but like for me, the rap game was always like a stepping stone. Like you see what happens, like if I'm keeping it honest, we see what happens from the rap game. You know, it's very hard for artists to now then make their own lane past the rap game.
Yeah.
So I always saw it as a stepping stone. So my head was always like, what's next? But it always felt me with a sense of pride, like at the same time, don't get me wrong, that's something that I'd always set out to do. Growing up as a kid, I used to listen to Captain Conan are literally the reason I started rapping. Like,
yeah,
no cap,
Cadet
no
as
cap,
well,
no cap. Yeah, Cadet as well, like all them lot, they're sick. Even prior, like, before my social name was LR Loose, it was like, Play Dirty Rascal on like all my socials until like 2 years ago when I was allowed to change it because of like Crept Conan Play Dirty. Like I swear down, like no joke.
Wow.
Yeah. So like obviously to then win the rap game, their show, come on it and do it, like yeah man, it's a nice feeling like internally to know that yeah I've done something that I set out to do.
How was it like seeing them for the first time? Were you like approaching them for conversation straight away, or was it very much production was just like taking you in and out?
It was very much in and out. I ain't gonna lie, like especially because of how I came in. When I met Captain Conan was literally the first time I walked in, like.
Oh wow!
And I had to stand next to them, like at the front with everyone else. You know the ones there.
Yeah, I do.
So I remember, I think RLs is standing next to me, and I've literally got Target to my left shoulder or my right shoulder. I've got him next to me.
Yeah,
and I'm just thinking,
right.
like, these brothers are right here. Like, and this is the first time I'm meeting them. I can't even, like, take them in and look at them because, like, I'm just like, yeah. But it's mad.
You had to say I go by the name LR.
LR Loose. No, yeah, that line.
I go by the name LR Loose, and I'm going to win the rap game, and I'm going to have to take someone's place.
No, them ones, no, yeah, for real. That one was practice as well. They even asked, they were like, when you come and you introduce yourself, you got to let them people know what you're about, what you're going to say. And I told them exactly what I'm going to say. And they're like, just like that. And I was like, just like that. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
no sugarcoat.
No, for
you
real.
You say it as it is, and I respect that about you, and it's what I really, really, really loved about your character, and I picked up, like, instantly, like the confidence, the you're just sure of yourself, and I love that, and I feel like that's very refreshing, you know, because you know, as the other rapper said, you know, you can talk the talk, can you back your back, but it's like no, when you know, and you say it with chest, and I love that, and I respect that so much. And I'm someone who is a big believer in like positive affirmations. I'm very much like say it, believe it, see it, you know, God willing, but. Are you someone who is more on a spiritual side? Do you believe in like talking and seeing it happen in real life, or is it just a matter of like, you know, I'm just gonna say it as it is?
I think I definitely am a sort of person in terms of like, like spiritual sort of like speaking it, and you've got to believe it like at the same time. But I think naturally it just comes from myself, innit? Like and that sort of belief. Like people will sort of see it as like arrogance or whatever and but like. You know, if someone said something and they back it, then that's self-awareness in my eyes. No, it's like, do you know what I mean? Like, it's facts. Like,
it's true.
You know what I mean? Like, I did everything that I said I was going to do, you know, but people will still call me arrogant because of it. Like, I just think that's a really self-aware brother. Like, he's right. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, man, that's pretty much it.
All right, and you talk about obviously the future, potentially one from the other UK rappers, but who in the scene do you actually want to collaborate with? Like, let's make this an opportunity to say it, believe it, and see it in the next coming years.
Do you know what? Artists that I'd love to collaborate with, because I've got artists that I really, really rock with, but I mean, like, sonically, like, sounds, I think we'd make a really, really good track together. I've really been messing with Kia Keys heavy recently.
Okay.
He's cold. I say he's like my number one at the moment. I probably listen to him most days. I ain't even gonna lie. He's proper sick. Like his flow, his style, the way he does stuff, and his development as an artist as well. Because I think when he came in the scene, he was quite like a cheerful, like very upbeat sort of stuff, and now he's kind of transitioning into more conscious stuff, and like that's sort of a journey I've seen myself take sort of as an artist as well. So I kind of get a lot of similarities in him. Blanco, like Nux, that sort of sound, like, you know my sort of sound, the sort of jazzy element. So if I can get any rappers that like that sort of stuff, that's sick. A dream one would be Dave. That would be like reaching, like, you know, the ones there. But like in my sort of lane, my sort of sound, I'd say Kia, Blanco, Nux, them sort of man. That'll be off.
All right, you heard it here first. And I saw on your TikTok that you stitched with Sam Rex. So what about him? Would you want to do a feature of him? Because I feel like your sounds just blend so nicely.
Do you know what? That Sam Rex one was like, I remember that video, because that was like one of my first videos on TikTok that actually like did sort of well. It might even be like my first video on TikTok. Like,
it's your first according to what I've seen.
Yeah. I think it might have even been, and that did quite well. So I was like sick, and I remember that song at the time. That'll definitely be someone I'd like to work with, get a sort of vibe going, and like we both like to talk about gal on our tunes. So no, literally. So I just think it'll just be one mad tune for the girls. Like I'll be honest, it'll be sick. It'll be sick.
Talking about girl tunes, you had this beautiful romantic song that you dropped on Valentine's Day 2 years ago.
Yes.
When are we gonna get some more romantic love songs?
Do you know what? When the love life spice up a bit. No, I'm joking. Do you know what it is? Yeah, Piece of You. That's the one. Piece of You. Yeah, is one of my favorite songs. I proper really love it. But yeah, in terms of the sweet ones, we'll see. Maybe Valentine's next year we might get something, you know. But no. That one there.
All right, cool. It's pending. And in terms of, obviously, you've talked about making music, creating music, collaborating on music, promoting the music is a whole separate lane, which I just don't think is talked about enough. And a quote from yourself.
Yeah.
When you want to be a cool, mysterious rapper, but you got to make Instagram reels.
Yeah, bro. Like, having to do that stuff, I hate it.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie.
It's real.
Sometimes I like it though, like, because some of them are actually natural and fun. Like, if I could just do it sporadically now and again and make videos when I want and have fun, but like, that's not the case. Like, you've constantly got to be creating and making stuff and doing stuff. Like, but it's all part of the process. Like, it's cool. At times, it's nice though. Obviously, you get the traction, people loving your stuff, rocking with you.
Yeah.
Like on the other hand, it's like you might post something like, and then they don't get the love that you got, and then now it feels like you're begging for street, like change on the street. You know them ones there? No, for real. Like that's what it feels like sometimes. Like you'll post something, and it'll get like maybe not what you're looking for, and it's like, yeah, like please listen to my music. I promise I'm good. Like that's what it feels like sometimes. So it's a journey. You feel me? Nah, man, for real.
But, okay. Do you know what? That actually makes sense, and I understand where you're coming from. Do you ever feel like it's just a bit too forced? Are there times where you're just like, nah, bro, like I'm just not doing this?
That used to be very much like that, though. But you know what? It's just one of them ones. It's just something I've come to terms with. Like, I don't necessarily like it so much that I constantly have to do it. But it's something I come to terms with. Even now, sometimes subconsciously, if I'm out and about or I'm doing something or this looks nice, oh, let me make a TikTok. Like, I even start now doing that. But like, yeah, it's not something that like I really got into naturally, and it can be forced at times. It can be very, very forced at times.
It has to become subconscious, and even as you said, like just walking and you think of an idea, it's like you might as well just record it now and just get it over the way with, isn't it?
No, literally.
I know it can be tough, I really do, but you're doing great because especially with the new video, we love it so much, and the promotion for that, even from YouTube Shorts to TikToks to Instagram, I see the hard work that you've been putting in, and I rate it, I respect it so much. And I'd love to talk to you more about Obed Sando, you got Walko. Talk to me about Listed PR. For the people that don't know, get to know. Tell them.
Listed PR is obviously collective ran by my management, friends as well, people that I'm very close with. Just kind of like trying to get emerging talent out, man. Like obviously you've got myself there, I'm the forefront, like obviously rapping, that sort of stuff, but we've also got other elements, like Listed PR's got a band that I did a live performance with, M4, they've got DJs, you know, they've got MCs, so we're just a whole collective, man, really trying to make it happen. So. And
I love what you done with Pirate as well, that was a live performance. Absolutely incredible. I saw the videos afterwards of people coming up and saying, oh, Lala's, that was the best performance. One girl said in the video, actually, yeah, we might have come to this performance free, but next year you're going to be paying £100 to come see Lala's. And it's true, and I love that so much. How is it like being on that stage and actually not just being in a studio, but being in front of people?
That was lit. That experience was actually proper nice. I think that was one of my favourite experiences, just in terms of like, the work and effort we put into it. Like we did rehearsals all week prior, like in the studio, like trying to make sure that we got it right. Because it was my first sort of like, I've done little performances before, but like this was a proper set. Like I did 5 songs like on the night, so it was crazy. Like so I probably had to make sure I had the arrangement prepared, and we were doing it with the band, make sure that we're hitting what we need to hit. And I had my brethren A1 who was MCing as well, so we got to make sure that we're hitting our cues together. So and the fact that it pulled off like pretty much how we wanted to, and everyone loved it. It was like cool. This is hard work, like benefiting, like for real. Because we literally rehearsed all week, like trying to make sure that we got that right for that day.
I can imagine how tiring that rehearsing process must have been. Like, talk to me about that.
It was long, man. Like obviously, literally, we did like 3 or 4 days, like back to back, and then even afterwards, I think we had 1 or 2 like musical arrangements where we linked up to like sort out 1 or 2 other bits. But it was long. I remember by like day 3, like day 1, I was in the booth like, yeah, blessings, yeah, let's go. And by day 3, I was like, yeah, man.
Blessings.
Bro, like for real. But like, it's one of them things. Like you got to do it, and you got to keep getting it so that you can obviously shell it on the day, which I did, and it was sick.
Amen. And performing this song performing 5 songs live, an incredible feeling. do you have any more live performances planned in the future? Is that something that you want to get into more? Or are you more focused in staying in the studio and just grafting and putting more songs out?
I'm definitely liking live performances, you know, when they come along and if they're looking nice, I definitely do them. Do you know the ones there? But I think my main focus is probably like the studio stuff more so. I think I love the process of making music, you know what I mean? Kind of having that be turned into something like from scratch sometimes, like literally sometimes I'll go to the studio with nothing and then I'll leave with a track and it's crazy. So that's the process that I really love the most. But I'm open to everything, literally, man. Like I love getting in the studio and making music. I love doing live shows. Like I just love rapping. Like
you love producing.
Yeah, for real.
And what's it like working with a live band? Because that's obviously very different, having to sync yourself up with what they're doing. Did you enjoy that experience, or was it just, you know, just challenging and tired?
Oh no, it was a sick experience.
Yeah.
Like, do you know what it is? It's a bit different sometimes. Like, especially when you got talented musicians, like because they're very confident and bold in what they're doing. So like, for example, the drummer's gonna be smacking the hell out the drums. Like the brother on the keys is, you know what I'm saying? So I need to make sure, no, for real, because they're confident and sick musicians. So naturally, like my instrument, when I'm rapping, I've got to be the sort of forefront. So it was good. So it kind of helped me bring out my elements, and we're all cool peoples. Like I said anyway, like we're all creatives and we're all like colleagues, but we're friends as well. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So just being able to rock out with my friends on the stage was sick. It was sick.
And what would you say about the importance of working with people that you actually get along with? Have you ever had times where you've had to work with people that you're not really on the same page with and it's just been awkward and heavy?
Yeah, on the rap game. No, for real. No. Like, yeah, man, I've had one or two of those ones, but you know what it is? I feel like when you're both like even like with the example like with 65, because that's obviously what I was referencing, like we didn't obviously see eye to eye initially when we came into it, but I think because we both sort of shared the common goal and we knew what it was, it was very easy for us to put our differences aside because there's a common goal at hand. Like we can either be petty and not get along, or we can buckle up and like get this together, which we ended up doing. So yeah, man. So there's definitely challenges sometimes working with people you don't like. Nicer when you're working with people that you are familiar with and comfy with. But if you're a professional, I think you can always do it, man.
Yeah, and you said on your TikTok videos that verse was actually one of your favorite verses that you wrote with 65. Why do you love it so much?
I just think it's raw, it's real, like. And I think I was able to tap into that because of 65 sound naturally. Like they do the sort of real rap, slower stuff. My stuff's a lot more skippy and jumpy. So it gave me a time to really slow it down and really rap. Like, because when you're rapping fast paced, sometimes you don't have to be. I feel like you don't have to be as like lyrical because your flow and other things are sort of compensating.
Yeah.
But when you slow it down, it's really about what you're saying. So it hit, like, you know what I mean? And I was really talking about, like, you know, real personal, like, experiences, you know, and stuff like that, things I've been through, my feelings and stuff. And just with the whole 65 sound and, like, coming in to wrap up the tune as well, you know, sometimes I like to come in the end and let people know. Like, but it was sick. It was sick. So, yeah, no, it's definitely one of my favourite verses from Rap Game, probably one of my favourite verses ever. Like, it's sick. It's a sick one.
Okay, awesome. And I love how you always come in and you always say, I go by the name LR Loose. What does LR Loose mean? What does it stand for?
I go by the name of LR Loose. Yeah, LR Loose. So LR Loose stands for Lyrical Rascal. That was a name that I came up with when I was like 14 when I first started rapping. But obviously, like, once I started turning like 18, 19, that weren't really sliding no more. So I dropped it for LR. And then Loose was obviously another nickname and I just put it together. So that's literally where LR Loose came from. But yeah, the whole like, I go by the name of LR Loose, I just started saying it randomly one time in my videos. Because like, I never, like, before like intros in my videos, I just used to kind of be there like, yo, yeah, like I wouldn't know what to say to fill it up. So my brother's like, say something, like introduce yourself. Literally, my brother, AD, recorded one of my videos for TikTok. Like, say something like, I go by the name of LR Loose, Lewisham Finest, SE6 Finest, and like from there, like that just sort of became my thing.
I like it a lot. I'm looking forward to seeing it for the rest of your videos. It's like a nice introduction. It's like the equivalent of like Netflix and it's ding.
Yeah. When you hear that, you know you're in for something good. No, for sure.
It's like your audio tag. Awesome, big respect. And you said that you started rapping around 13, 14. What was your first experiences of rapping? Where did they happen? Who with?
I think 13, 14. I think I just started naturally getting into it. I think I always sort of liked being creative and writing stuff. might sound a bit funny, but it started off like, I think probably poetry, like in English and stuff like that. Like I was really good at English lit, like in school.
Oh, yeah.
Creative, like, like I used to do like creative writing and all that stuff. Yeah.
Like storytelling?
Yeah. Literally, cause like obviously you do that sort of stuff in English, they're like, right, like, this brother's really like,
all right,
like good.
respect.
Not for real. So I used to do like creative writing and like English lit was like one of my stronger subjects. So like even poetry and stuff and like understanding like the structures and stanzas and stuff like that. I'd say that's probably what started my interest in sort of that. And then like kind of got into rapping naturally from there.
Okay.
Like obviously with like obviously influence, like, you know, being where I'm from and rap music being such a huge like culture in South London as well. But yeah.
Could you ever imagine you going down the poetry side of things and just like writing a poem and just reading like your own poem, which is obviously a bit more slower?
I think I could do that, you know. Really? Maybe not like like maybe I might do that. Like if I had like a project or something, like it'd be like a sick like interlude or something, like. Yeah. But I don't know if I'd fully go down that route, because like I love making music, like the whole like the accompaniment of it together. But absolutely, like I could definitely do something like that, man.
Yeah, I can envision that. I think that would be really nice. And last things last, over the past year, I've been developing my craft, improving my sound, and building content. That was a quote from YouTube from 2021. Obviously, you've very much been doing that. Yep. I want to know, what are your goals for the rest of this year and also the next year coming in? I
think my main goals, like, obviously, like, to go clear, but like on a smaller scale, of course, to build up to that.
And you will?
Yes. You know what I mean? But like, I think for me, it's just kind of sort of building up my sort of profile now, like sort of as like an artist, like, because I remember on the rap game, like the word like seasoned artist was going around a lot, you know, and it was often like used to like refer to T Rhodes, which he is, and that's not to discredit him, he is, but like I also feel like I am as well, maybe with some of the others, but like I want people to understand that like I'm an artist, like, you know what I mean? Like there was a lot of comments about like, like you can rap proper cool, but like can you make a track, or can you do this and like. This year, like, I'm just gonna basically like shut everyone up. Like, that's my plan. That's what I hope to do. Do you know what I mean? Like, yeah, that's pretty much it.
All right, I feel confident in that because you came in confident. You're gonna leave confident.
Yeah.
And before we go, let's talk about your song that is coming up May 3rd.
Yes, man. Schumacher.
Yeah. Okay. I'm very excited. What can fans expect?
This one's a nice one. It's a banger, man. It's something a bit different from me, something a bit more vibey. Like, people know me to be quite a lyricist and all that stuff, and of course, you know, I've got to keep that in there, but this is more of a vibe, like something fun that people can get behind with and rock to and just vibe with. And it's been getting some mad attention, so it should be good.
Yeah, I think the reels been popping up.
We're getting some good buzz, so we should see, cool. Man. Yeah, man, out further me.
Can we expect a summer song as well?
Yeah, definitely. I won't say too much on that, but we're already working on them things there, man.
He's working.
Yeah, man.
Awesome. Ella Lewis, thank you so much for joining me today.
Jasmine, blessings, man. For real.
It's been a pleasure. Thank you.
Nah, sweet.